It's NPL2 Victoria action tonight at CB Smith Reserve. A big game between two local rivals. It's Pascoe Vale taking on Brunswick City here. I'm your commentator, Brand Golgano. Alongside me is Oliver Walker-Peel. A huge clash for round 6. Both these sides in desperate need of a victory. Plenty of quality on show tonight as we get underway on a picturesque evening in Melbourne. No breeze and good conditions for football. Oliver, a big night tonight for both these sides, and surely we'll be both desperate for 3 points.
Oh, is it ever? Obviously, I was there on Monday night with Pascoe Vale, going against the odds and beating Kingston City, and that put them right back in the race for the top spot. Obviously, Brunswick are the team that everyone wants to knock off at the moment, so the top two sides in NPL2 on a Friday night under lights. Really looking forward to it.
Well, Brunswick City, of course, still undefeated this season after a sensational start. 4 wins and a draw. They're certainly pushing to try and move themselves into the top division of NPL Victoria football for the first time since the inception of the NPL back in 2014. Whilst Pascoe Vale, of course, desperate to get back to the top flight of Victorian football. It's certainly been a rough few years for them after relegation from NPL1. Oliver, some quality tonight as you go through the lineups, and certainly plenty of big names coming into this one.
Is there ever? So we'll start with Pascoe Vale. They've got number 1 in goal with Patrick Satori. Number 2, the captain, Adrian Tallarico. Number 3, Erdenis Yildiz. Number 4, Matthew Hennessy. Number 6, Nick Hatzageorgiou. Number 7, Aidan Mustadonagic. Number 10, Attila Roffley. Number 11, Mahmoud Ayagan. Number 16, Scott Lockhead. Number 20, Naeem Rahimi. And number 15 coming into the side is number 15, Ivan Gergic. And for Brunswick City, they've got number 1 in goal is Jordan Gifkins. Number 4 is Darby Dexter. Number 5, Yoni Lipschatz. Number 7 is Nicholas Gonzalez. Number 8 is Thomas Biss. Number 10, Jesse Makarunas. Number 13 is Atai Ibrahim. They've got number 33, Nathaniel Foster Bowen, rather. And number 28 is Lucas Oliveira.
Well, certainly, a few names speak out there. Of course, Jesse Makarunas being one of them, the former Hyundai A-League talisman with a few major clubs. The Melbourne Victory and Adelaide United both have had his services, but there certainly is plenty of quality tonight and plenty of top-flight experience as well. With Brunswick City, of course, coming into this off the back of a 1-0 victory against the Goulburn Valley Suns last weekend, with Thomas Biss, formerly of Eastern Lions, getting himself the goal. Whilst for Pascoe Vale, you were there on last week for the win against Kingston City. Certainly was a big performance from them, considering Kingston have also had a decent start to the season.
I expected Kingston to go there and win at home, but obviously they didn't. Professional from Pascoe Vale were challenged after going 2-0 up early on. The ledger was squared, and at the end of the day, Pascoe Vale in the second half were class, and they ran over the top, showed their talent. Attila Roffley especially was one to watch as we await to get this game underway. I think there's a problem with potentially the position of the goal to our left, so we'll have to wait to get that resolved before we kick off, but should be a decent clash. You're just waiting let us wait a little bit more as the suspense builds.
Well, interestingly enough, Patrick Satori, the goalkeeper in there, has just returned from the United States, of course, after spending a few years playing in the second and third divisions over there. Of course, he is an Australian native. We actually spent a fair bit of time together at Melbourne City back in 2014. And on the other end in goals is Jordan Gifkins, of course, another ex-Melbourne Knights goalkeeper. Also spent some time at Bentley Greens. We also spent time together at South Melbourne, so plenty of familiar faces in this one. But if we go through the lineups, and I think if you look at Pascoe Vale for one, the home side, it's interesting to see, of course, you've got some experience like Joseph Youssef to come off the bench. He's someone who's played at this level for such a long period of time. Even though he's a little bit older, he's certainly someone who can stand up in these big games and help them get results.
Yeah, he is, and obviously he wasn't there on Monday night, wasn't in the squad, so to have someone like Joseph Youssef come in, it's definitely brilliant to have players who can come in off from out of the squad, from out of the cold, and make an instant impact. I think that's what Joseph Youssef will be looking to do tonight.
Well, when you look at Brunswick City's lineup, there is so much star power. Of course, as we said, Nate Foster, Jesse Makarunas, 2 big-name players, Thomas Biss, who was huge in the promotion push for Eastern Lions back in 2019. And, of course, Darby Dexter, the central defender, ever consistent and really is such a reliable player at this level. There's just so much quality and experience across this side. And Ricardo Martinez, he's done a brilliant job to really get them pushing. A few years ago, Brunswick City were a club that was struggling near the bottom of NPL2, but they've really turned it around this year, and they're really pushing for what would be an unlikely promotion.
Well, it would be unlikely coming into the season, but they've started the season like a house on fire. They've got the experience, as you mentioned, Thomas Biss, 28 appearances in the league, and then you obviously played in the grand final for the Eastern Lions. Somehow found himself on the outer and moved to Brunswick City, so Definitely a player that they'll be looking to look towards tonight. Even the likes of Jesse Macaronis, obviously former Melbourne Victory player, who spent a lot of time in the A-League setup, so he'll be looking to impart his class tonight on NPL2 football.
Well, there is one other NPL1 Victoria clash going on tonight as well between the Melbourne Knights and Dandenong City. That game has just kicked off. So again, in the top flight, there's certainly a lot to play for as well. But when you look at this NPL2 division at the moment, it really is so tightly spread across the top 6, with Brunswick City currently the semi-go-away leaders. They're on 13 points coming into this one, with Pascoe Vale, Kingston City, Goulburn Valley and Langwarrin all on 9 points, and then Moreland City and Northcote only behind by a point on 8. So again, it really is remarkable to see just how tight this race is, and these games like tonight certainly can define it come the end of the season.
Yeah, this is the biggest game of the season for me in NPL2. Top 2 sides, a win for Brunswick City, and they can pull 7 points clear, which would be a massive advantage so early on in the season. But even again for Pascoe Vale, if they can win tonight, get back-to-back wins, back-to-back scalps even, you'd say, and they can pull clear of the pursuing pack of the top 2. They would move into the top 2, or they'd stay in the top 2 rather, and they'd pull away from the team just below them. So a massive game for both sides, definitely a promotion 6-pointer.
Well, again, in NPL2, there's certainly been some stories this week with 2 managerial departures in the last week, with Moreland Zebras departing with Fausto Diamicis earlier in the week, and, of course, Manningham United also departing with Steve Aviotis. 2 coaches at the bottom of the table. It certainly shows the ruthless nature of the top divisions of this state. And again, after such a long layoff, maybe both those managers will feel disappointed that, you have 2 years almost to prepare for this division. Yeah, you come in and after 5 games, you're already gone, especially Fausto Diamicis. Of course, Moreland Zebras, considering the star power they have, they'll be very disappointed with their start, sitting at 3rd bottom on the table. But again, you maybe would have thought he could have had a bit more time considering what he's done with them over the last few seasons. Yeah,
it is ruthless. As soon as you get into a bad patch of form, you can be shown the door straight away, giving you P45 and off you go. It's very ruthless, but it's the nature of football. It's a winning business. If you don't get wins on the board, you can find yourself sacked. It's quite harsh, but that's the way it is.
Well, we're just waiting kickoff here. Looks like the referee, Lazaros Pantelidis, is just having a final check on his assistant, to get this game underway. And as we said, it is a beautiful night for football here in Melbourne. No wind whatsoever. It's certainly been an interesting autumn here in Victoria. Of course, plenty of rain over the last few weeks, but CB Smith Reserve is certainly a ground that holds up really well under conditions, and it's looking in really good condition tonight, as both of these sides finally look like they're about to kick off. We've got Pascoe Vale going from left to right in their traditional navy blue kit, and from right to left we've got Brunswick City in the white. And, well, the referee looks across at his watch. We're slightly delayed by 8 minutes, but there certainly is 90 minutes of good football to come. Both these coaches looking to push themselves into that really high end of the top 2 as the game kicks off, and we are underway with Brunswick City looking to go direct over the top towards Gonzalez. Their header clear. Now it comes back outside again, and Pascoe Vale looking to settle themselves onto the ball. Satori, with his first touch, goes high and long over the top. Well presented there inside, but again, a little bit of an early battle between those 2 players in the centre of the park, and now it goes across to the back. You just got to feel, Oliver, that certainly tonight it's going to be a matter of who can dictate the tempo. That's certainly something which in these top-of-the-table games there's always a bit of emotion and a bit of fire, but it's about who can control possession and really look to create those early chances, which usually comes out on top.
And the first goal is crucial. It's a game of momentum football, and whoever can grab the first goal usually goes a fair way into to getting a foothold into the game, and then eventually going on to look to win it. As stepping in to win the ball was Tallarico. Moving the other way now is Macaronis, the former A-League talisman of Melbourne Victory and Adelaide United, among others. Left-handed the penalty area, ball towards goal, and it's right across the face. And an early chance for Brunswick City. It was Gonzalez whipping the ball in from the left. Dangerous delivery, and Pascoe Vale can escape danger. Switch of play. It's taken down nicely, and ball played back in board to Biss. Brunswick City just looking to get a foothold, looking to keep possession early on in these opening few moments. Dexter. Forward to Foster Bowen. Possession is surrendered, and forward move. Pascoe Vale, the hosts for the first time tonight. Ball through to Mustard and Nargic, takes it into the area. And a poor first touch, well cleared away from Siamis. And a bit of an end-to-end game early on, Brendan.
It certainly has been. We can just see both these sides looking to attack and get that ball moving into midfield quickly. And as we said, so much star power. Nate Foster, he's someone who is very well known around these leagues over a number of years. Of course, such a high-end goal scorer with his years at the Dandenong Thunder, winning championships there and plenty of goals. Also spent time at the Oakley Cannons as well. As that ball's headed down and Tallarico comes inside. There's a few options left and right, but he steps inwards. One of the few Pascoe Vale players still in the squad after the relegation a few seasons ago. He's certainly been a consistent performer over the years, of course, with the likes of Vitale Ferrante, who led this club for so long, with Davey Van Schimp, the leading talisman from that squad, and a number of others no longer around. He certainly will be important this year as Satori goes out towards left back and keeping possession here now. Pascoe Vale given away in midfield though. This lost the ball. Is that a foul? It is. And again, a little bit of fire to start this one.
Yeah, easy decision for the referee to give that. Definite free kick. The foul was on Thomas Biss, who obviously did play so much for the Eastern Lions, who one of the fairy tale stories in the top division of Victorian football, and he's just missed out on that. But he'll be looking to play well tonight for his new side, Brunswick City, and try and get them the 3 points. Moving forward enterprisingly was Gonzalez. Ball out wide to the left is blocked. It somehow stays in play. Intelligent ball down the line, and Pascoe Vale looking to move forward. With pace, it's Lockhead, who scored twice the other night. Finds Mustard and Argic. Looks to take past his man. Shoots on goal, and it's deflected en route and behind for a corner. Over to the far side. Good work from Mustard and Argic to jink inside and look to get the shot away that was well blocked, but an early corner for the hosts that they'll look to capitalise from. Going over to take is Attila Offley, who was brilliant last night, the former Melbourne Knight. Corner goes short. It's whipped in. Header on goal is just wide. An early chance. It was Gergic coming into the team who got his head behind it, but couldn't direct it goalward, and the chance goes begging for Pascoe Vale.
A good positive start there especially. And again, you can just see the intent from Pascoe Vale to try and drive through the centre of the ground. And of course for Brunswick City, they'll certainly have to watch out for that quality in the middle of the park, especially from Thomas Biss when they are playing those forward passes. He's so dangerous when given the opportunity to score goals. Of course, as for a midfielder, he's so dangerous in front of goal. Now the ball played out to the left, and Mustanagic putting in a good challenge, but now Hennessy getting across, clearing it out for a throw. Well, as Brunswick look to try and get themselves into this one. Headed clear by Tallarico. Ball comes down here again and holding on to the ball well in that defensive third. Under some real pressure there again. Goes back out wide, and the big switch of play is well picked out, and a chance to come forward here now for Pascoe Vale. Just cutting inside again and slipped into a good area here. And again, there just seems to be a lot of space, but a really strong challenge in the middle of the ground. Still on it though here, Pascoe Vale. On the turn here now is Lockhead. Gets it out into that central area. An opportunity to attack that wide space again. Out into the touchline here. Can they cross? Whipped into the middle. And yet again, well defended by Dexter. And out for a corner kick. Some good attacking play there from Pascoe Vale, and Brunswick defending well early.
Yeah, great bit of work from Darby Dexter to hook that one away, because Attila Offley was right behind him and awaiting a tap-in. So if that one had gone through, it would have been 1-0 to the host, but good bit of awareness from Dexter to turn it behind for a corner. Which Offley goes over to take. Once again, he goes short to Iagan. Looks to work the ball in board. It's Offley. First time ball into the middle is a poor one. And it's hooked further clear towards Foster Bowen, who keeps it alive, but loses possession. Rahimi. Finds Hatzigeorgiou, goes inside. Nice 1-2, moves to Donagic. And a poor first touch. Brunswick City back on the ball. Dexter goes wide. Chance for the away side in all white to move forward. In ball to Biss, who we've earmarked as the star man, the danger man for Brunswick City. They'll have to limit his influence, Pascoe Vale, if they're to get anything from this game. Dexter looks to clip one in behind. Misread. Early chance for Brunswick City. And trying to move in was Oliveira. Wasn't allowed the opportunity, but poor bit of defensive misjudgment. And Brunswick City were nearly in on goal.
Well, again, Brunswick probably their best attack of the game so far. We are seeing a little bit of space in midfield for both of these sides to try and play. And again, it was that central pass which almost unlocked the Pascoe Vale defence. Of course, as we mentioned, Brunswick City with plenty of quality in that final third, and that time it was Oliveira who almost got on the end of it. It was clipped out quickly there by Satori. Back inwards into central defence, and they move the ball into midfield again. Lockhead in space. Looks wide there to Talarico. Bit of space to play forwards into here. And now Mustajinic using his space to get into the box. He's brought down after the fact, and the referee looks at it but says nothing. And the ball is put out for a throw. A really good chance there, and Mustajinic, who's so dangerous when given the opportunity to drive forward at the line. On that occasion, it was not blown as a penalty kick, which would have really been a great start for Pascoe Vale. Both these sides exchanging blows early. Ball played out towards that right-hand side again, in towards the middle. No one attacking the ball so far. Now in the middle of the ground, but some really hard contested work in there, and a chance to drive forward here for Brunswick City. It's Macaronis who's got space left and right. He slips in Gonzalez. Bit of an opportunity here to strike. Oh, it's a good save from Satori. Got across well at his near post, tipping it over the bar, but a really good attack there. Macaronis finding Gonzalez. Great save from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, good football all around that. Jesse Macaronis, we know he's got quality. Drove the ball forward and played out wide to Gonzalez. Tried to beat Satori at his near post. He made a couple of good saves on Monday night, did Patrick Satori. And another one straight out of the top draw there to keep Brunswick City at bay and to keep the score at 0-0. Corner now from the far side for Brunswick City, taken low. Hooked away first time from Hatzigeorgiou. As Pascoe Vale look to get an attack going right from the back. That won't get it there though. Possession surrendered cheaply. Thomas Biss drives forward. He wasn't on the same page with Oliveira. Steps in to try and win it back, but Pascoe Vale keep the ball. Hennessy drives forward from centre half. Looks like wide for Talarico. Into Lockhead, who's got space to shoot. Will he do so? Yes, he will! And a great save from the goalkeeper following in. And Pascoe Vale were unlucky not to get the first goal of the night. Lockhead with a stunning shot, but well saved by Gifkins. Just about turned it away from the goal mouth. And the hosts so nearly in front early on.
Fantastic save from Gifkins, and both goalkeepers have been called into action early. That was certainly moving from Lockhead. What an absolute pile driver that was from the Pascoe Vale man. Is the long ball over the top. Now Gonzalez, as this game starts to really look to open up here. Ball slipped in front of his man, but Talarico goes back to Satori, who gets it out his feet and looks to play the ball out again. Clipped wide now. Talarico. Centering ball. And given away again. Bliss pressing really well there. Now the ball won in the middle of the ground, but a free kick given. A little bit soft there in my opinion. But now they look to come away again, Pascoe Vale. Is this their opportunity to come forward down the left-hand side now? exchange inwards there. Played backwards into midfield and a good little spread across the ground again. That's a Georgiou, certainly been getting on it a lot, and so too is Hennessy. Rahimi as well, dropping really deep to get on the ball here, but Pascoe Vale comfortable and patient, just waiting for Brunswick City to open up a bit of space to play. Good ball forwards out to the left-hand side. Little overloading run coming inwards, but intercepted well by Dexter and cleared away for another throw.
Good work from Dexter again. He's been a staunch rear guard even early on. A couple of times he's been called into action and defended superbly when he has been required. Throw in taken short. Offley returns the ball back from whence it came. Ball rolled square to Hennessy. Sees nothing forward of the ball, so checks and finds Rahimi. Hennessy looks to roll it short, but it was a poor ball. And moving the other way now are Brunswick City through Gonzalez. Finds Siamis on the wing. Steers one towards the middle, but easy for Satori to claim. Wastes no time in rolling the ball short. Driving forward is Eigen with pace. Good ball in behind, but it's too much on it. Carries through to Gifkins, who claims easily and under no pressure. And Brunswick City can now move forward. Ball looking long down the line. Oliveira was chasing with interest, but in the end got nowhere near it. And now it's the Afghanistan international in Rahimi. One cap for the Afghanistan national side, which came in 2019. As Offley looks to move forward, he got Mustard and Argich running in behind, but he couldn't find him. But real end-to-end football here at the moment. Biss on the left-hand side. So now with Siamis. Now with Derby Dexter, formerly of Hume City and Port Melbourne. So a lot of experience in this Brunswick City side. Can they now use it to claim all 3 points here tonight? Dexter back in possession. Ball played out wide right. They'll get a second bite of the cherry. Ball in ball towards Foster Bowen, but the assistant referee on the far side has the flag up and play will be restarted with a free kick for Pascoe Vale.
Again, just see there the intention from both these sides to try and play. You can just hear there from the Pascoe Vale coach Daniel Chick just saying squeeze them high, force the long ball. Really wanting to try and ensure that they just don't allow that opportunity to play forwards. Of course, ball played in centrally, cleared high and away. Dexter again underneath it, has been really solid so far as mentioned already. Ball's out for a throw again, taking quickly on the turn there. Georgiou just wasn't able to get it under control. Gonzalez coming inwards, a strong challenge there. And a little bit late from Rahimi, who's been having to drop really deep to try and get himself on the ball so far tonight as Brunswick City pick it up again. This to Dexter. Out wide now. Chance maybe to cross. Deep ball in towards the area, but almost a mix up there, but Satori off his line well. And as we've seen, both of these sides have tried to exchange quick passes into midfield, but there just hasn't really been that opportunity to create as yet. Of course, both keepers have made good saves, but both from admittedly half chances. Not really any direct opportunities, or you'd call clear-cut opportunities on goal. There's Rahimi now, middle of the ground. Centres in there to Georgiou again. looking to pick up, but just hasn't had the space to play forwards. Now again, on the ball here, Pascoe Vale. That's a Georgiou. Now gets the opportunity to turn and face forwards, and this is where they can damage. Played wide here to Tallarico. Bit of space in front of him. Given away again by the Pascoe Vale captain. And Oliveira does well to cut inside. Good ball inwards. Gonzalez. Got Foster in front of him. Great slip pass inside, but the goalkeeper off his line. Well taken. And again, Pascoe Vale can reset on the ball.
It was a really intelligent run by Foster Bowen, who just couldn't quite get there before Satori could, but good signs for the away side early on. Yildiz. Nice bit of interplay on the far side for Pascoe Vale. Rahimi dropping very, very deep, as you mentioned. Looking to try and get it on the ball and be the playmaker tonight. Offley fights hard to win possession back after he surrendered it. Does so, but only for a brief moment. Foster Bowen toils with Egan. And Brunswick City's number 33 wins out. And they keep the ball. Biss looks to switch play. It's headed away well. Good defending from Tallarico. Brunswick have got the throw. Makarunas inside. Now with Ibrahim. Siamis looked to make the run in behind. He was ignored. Ibrahim instead looks for Foster Bowen, who just won't get there. He's making some really good runs in behind. Is Nathaniel Foster Bowen. And he's going to be a problem for Pascoe Vale. They've got to contain him because he's making some really intelligent runs in behind. If Brunswick City can find them, that may well be an avenue to goal. He nearly won the ball back there again, but good work, and Lockhead looks to break away. He's impeded, and so a free kick will go the way of the hosts.
And again, Nate Foster certainly causing problems with his movement, and it's always been the trademark of his game. Direct horizontal movement in behind, really trying to push that line and get in between the gaps between the fullback and the centre-back. The likes of Jesse Makarunas behind him. He's certainly got players who can find those runs. Tallarico now, Hennessy again, just not able to really keep it. Tallarico wins it back. Played back inside to Rahimi, who looks up. He's got a switch on there. Gets it out wide, and again now a chance maybe for Pascoe Vale to attack down the left-hand side, but well blocked off on that occasion, and again has been a little bit deadlocked in the last 10 minutes or so. Neither side's really been able to find consistent space in the opposite final third. It's Hennessy gets it into midfield there. Lockhead again does well. Strong challenge on Mustanagic. Gonzalez gets it out now to Oliveira. Played backwards there and all the way back to centre-back. The goalkeeper, Jordan Gifkins, here on the ball. Under some pressure there from Lockhead. Plays it short to Dexter. And one back quickly there. Oh, that's a Georgiou who was just off it. Well defended again by Brunswick. And look at Biss. So much quality on the ball. Driving forward down this right-hand side. Is this the moment here potentially for Brunswick? But a really strong challenge. Going to see here, Pascoe Vale is certainly up for it. But it hasn't really been, again, an opportunity to break through. And some good defending again there on the left-hand side.
Yeah, an authoritative piece of defending from Dennis Yildiz to slide in and see that ball out for a throw. As Foster Bowen looks to hold up play, takes it inside. Drives a shot on goal, which is charged down immediately. Hatzigeorgiou helps it on to Mustanagic. Drives forward, he's got Lockhead on his left. Finds him, first time ball. And Norm was there at the back post to tap it in for 1-0. Hatzigeorgiou picks up the pieces. Waits for support and finds it in Rahimi. Rahimi finds it again. Eigen, driving shot on goal, was allowed space to shoot. And the ball just moved in front of Jordan Gifkins, but he was able to adjust and parried away. And danger is alleviated from a Brunswick City point of view for the moment. Can they go the other way? You see Foster Bowen looking to run in behind again, but instead the ball goes left towards Gonzalez, who got past the first man, but couldn't get much further. And the ball is hooked out for a Brunswick City throw.
Again, Gonzalez certainly has got that sharpness in behind. And an ex-Melbourne City youth team player, of course, Nicholas Gonzalez. He's been around the NPL2 scene for a number of years now. Again, just seeing that speed and movement in behind, really dangerous when they can get it right. Biss as well, starting to get on the ball as Brunswick are starting to exert just a little bit of control of it at the moment. Good ball into midfield. Macaronis there, slipping in front of Oliveira. Macaronis again trying to get to it, but ball played forwards now. Lockhead, he's been dropping into space really nicely. Good little exchange there ahead of the ball. Lockhead again. Offley, long way out, but he likes this type of range generally. The shot is into the arms of the goalkeeper though. Of course, there's another interesting story. Lucas Oliveira was playing State League 4 in 2019 with the Heidelberg Eagles, where they lost out to East Brighton United in the State League 4 Grand Final. Of course, it's the side that I am currently managing, and he's a very impressive player, is Oliveira. He certainly can create in the final third. I think he scored something like 20 goals that season in State League 4, and you can just see tonight he's really nippy and he's got a lot of quality in the final third if they can try and find him. But certainly so far, Oliver, they just haven't really been able to click in that final third.
It's a brilliant rags to riches story. Oliveira, as you mentioned, going from State League 4 to NPL2, just like that, is quite remarkable and provides hope for any other player down at that level that wants to work their way up. Be a diamond in the rough, if you will, and work their way up towards the elite ends of Victorian football. But they just need to be on the same page, Brunswick City. There's been some intelligent bit of movement forward, but it's been able to be found as Tallarico takes it inside. Lockhead plays the ball short. Moving forward is Eigen. Looking to find Yildiz, who was making the run down the far side wing, but it eludes him, and Brunswick City will restart play with a throw. They haven't got the ball where they'd like it at the moment, but they're looking to work it forward now. Switch of play towards Siamis, who takes it down. He goes back home to Gifkins. Siamis goes in board. Good forward pressure from Pascoe Vale to keep the ball locked in. Macaronis on the ball. Finds his captain in Dexter. Ibrahim. Intelligent switch of play from Biss. It's a great ball to the far side. There's options arriving in the middle from a Brunswick City point of view. Ball just got caught. There was Lipschatz driving forward. Shot on goal was audacious. That was never really going to test Patrick Satori. But great ball from Biss. Great vision to look up and find the ball, and it created a chance.
It's been really intriguing as well tactically, just watching how Pascoe Vale are looking to press. They're really rotating between that front two, looking to isolate that wide pass. And you just hear Daniel Chicked out on the side just saying, force them into that wide area, really close them and compress. Looking to try and set up that block inside. They're doing it quite effectively there. Satori did really well to get that ball out his feet and play forwards. Now it's Yildiz centering inside, Offley on the turn. Rahimi was under pressure coming from backwards. Hennessy, Tallarico now looking to come forward again. He's got plenty of space out here to attack. He's got Mustajinic in front of him, but no real movement, so Tallarico does well. Was there a free kick? Referee says no. Gonzalez, who's been heavily rotating with Oliveira on this left-hand side. Now played out to the right. Get an opportunity to try and come forwards here for Brunswick City. Biss. Good football here inside. Makarunas on the turn, looks up. Tries to find his man. Now out towards the left. There's an overload coming inwards. Oliveira. Centering pass. Just did enough to get it out to right back. Now maybe an opportunity to get forwards. Just holding on to it here is Gonzalez. One-on-one with his defender. Well, defended again. They've done really well to be solid as a defensive block. Pascoe Vale here. Pascoe Vale here rather. And again, they just can't seem to break them down.
Trying to at the moment. It's been an attritional affair in the last 10 to 15 minutes. And a goal would break the game open. Will Brunswick City be the team to find it? Ball now back with Gifkins. Now finds its way to Siamis. Good work too from Musa Donagic to get back on his defensive duties, get back on terms, and Pascoe Vale have won the ball back as a result. Naeem Rahimi. Great ball to find Tallarico, who drives over the halfway line. Gergic finds Attila Offley, turns it around the corner. Chance down the far side for Pascoe Vale. And it dissipates just like that. Really poor ball inside. And a late challenge. The referee plays advantage and Brunswick City are away. Oliveira was to turn the ball in board and Hatsa-Georgiou blocks it. And it's back with Patrick Satori, the Pascoe Vale number 1. Rahimi again, looking for the ball in behind for Offley. Dexter comes across the cover. And the referee adjudges there to be a foul. Attila Offley chased that ball with interest, but Darby Dexter did well to get across and draw the foul. But positive signs for Pascoe Vale that they can look for that ball. And Attila Offley's dangerous.
Really good ball in behind, and Dexter again using all of his experience just to get the ball just behind his body, forcing Offley to foul. And again, he's been really solid so far. Of course, Attila Offley has so much speed in behind. Another player who's been around the leagues for such a long period of time now, despite only being 26 years of age. Of course, David Chick, who spent some time alongside him at Hume, had a bit of experience with him before. Of course, Offley's played around at the likes of Whittlesea Rangers as well, even spent a bit of time at South Melbourne in NPL1. So the ball comes out to the right-hand side. Gonzalez looking to attack his man. Yildiz just offering enough defensive cover there. Ball's played back out towards the edge of the area. Whipped inwards early, but no one really there to get it, and Satori's out to it quickly. It's been a really structured start so far from both of these sides, but maybe not enough ingenuity in the final third to create as yet. Tallarico now, under some good pressure that time there from Oliveira. Cuts inwards, and well one back there by Oliveira. Oh, Makarunas with the cheeky nutmeg as well, but a silly giveaway in the end and then a foul. And a free kick that time given away. Of course, another experienced name on the bench there for Pascoe Vale is Paul Harris. He was responsible for taking Eltham Redbacks from State League 5 to State League 1 in about 5 seasons. Of course, ended his time there in 2019, but has certainly got a big reputation for promotion pushes in the lower leagues. Interesting to see what insight he can add to David Chick, who's a relatively young coach, of course. His first senior opportunity he's had here, as that's a free kick, and it will be again Pascoe Vale's ball is inside the halfway line.
He's a very talented coach, though, is David Chick. Spent some time on the books at Norwich City as a player. Horrendous bad luck with injuries prevented him from making a breakthrough there. Captained his England schoolboys team way back when as well. So he's definitely got the playing pedigree. Can he show that he can hack it as a coach as well? Rahimi, good ball forward to Musa Danagic, who looks to break into the area. Does so successfully. Had Lockhead waiting in the middle, but good bit of defending. And the ball is turned behind for another corner. On the far side, Lockhead was arriving. And he'd have been having visions of getting on the score sheet once more. But a really nice bit of defending prevented the ball from finding him. And Pascoe Vale have got to settle for a corner. Once again, Eigen is short. It's something that they've utilised early on in this game. It's whipped into the middle towards Gergic, who was in there. Hennessy was also trying to get his head on the ball, but at the end, no one in the navy blue shirt could, and it's a goal kick for Brunswick City.
Again, dangerous on those deliveries into the box and just unable to get on the end of it that time. As we're at 32 and a half, or almost 33 minutes gone now on the clock, and yet again, it's still 0-0. Of course, as we said, both of these sides looking to progress towards that top of the table. Brunswick City would be at a minimum 4 points clear if they don't lose tonight. They could be 6 with a victory. Of course, pending the games to take place tomorrow. Satsa Georgiou goes back in towards central defence, and again an opportunity to come forwards here. All the way back to Patrick Sartori. Oh, given away there by Hennessy poorly. Oliveira clips it in towards the middle, but a little bit forced that time, and Sartori off his line to claim and rolls it into midfield again. Can they get this ball started and moving? Satsa Georgiou looks up. He's got options in front of him. Just a little bit forced again, and in the end, a free kick has been given. Not sure what for there, Oliver, but yet again, just breaking down for both of these sides as soon as it gets towards the final third.
The ball hit the referee, that's why he's had to stop play. Worth noting while we're talking about referees and officials that they're all wearing blue armbands this week in the campaign against abuse against officials. Something that has become, sadly, commonplace in football, not only in Victoria but across the world. So nice to see that there's an initiative in place trying to stop that. Ball fizzed out wide for Tallarico. Ball forward for Hatsa Georgiou. Turning is Offley. Breaks inside the 18-yard box. Looking to whip one towards the back post, and it won't get through. Naeem Rahimi to restart for the hosts. Hatsa Georgiou loses out. Ball breaks kindly for Timms. He moves it on forward towards Gonzalez. He's got options left and right, but elects not to play the ball and should have in retrospect. Good bit of work from Lockhead to take it past his man. Looks to chip the goalkeeper who's off his line. The goalkeeper had to be aware because it was a good bit of play from Lockhead to try and catch him out, but the shot in the end is wide and the score remains goalless.
Well, he's certainly been really driving when he's gotten the ball there as Lockhead, and in that space he's done really well to gain 20 yards or so, beating the challenge of Biss as well. A little bit ambitious with the strike on goal, but going back to that point about the referees, of course, it is such a great initiative, of course, this weekend, and abuse against officials is certainly something which is just not tolerable going forwards anymore. The rumours are, of course, in the state leagues there's been around 30% less officials for senior football in the lower leagues, which is just so disappointing on the years before. So hopefully we can see some more promising youngsters wanting to be the man in the middle over the next few years with a little bit more awareness as to just how difficult a job it is. As the ball's won there by Yildiz, Gonzalez putting under some pressure, now in towards central defence, but Pascoe Vale, they've looked quite comfortable playing out of the back, but that time it's given away. Gonzalez, space to turn. Send it inside. Biss now. Under pressure there from Hatzigeorgiou. Great little slip pass out wide. Opportunity to cross. Falls to the edge of the area here. Gonzalez couldn't quite get to it. And the ball out for a throw again. And, well, Brunswick City slowly starting to pick away at this Pascoe Vale defence.
Yeah, Gonzalez just couldn't get the ball under his spell, but Brunswick City keeping the pressure on Pascoe Vale at the moment. And they've won a corner. Will be taken from the far side. Any goal for either side right before the interval would give them an extreme amount of momentum heading into the second half in a game that both sides know is crucial in terms of the makeup of the table. Ball whips in from the right. The free man there hooks it on towards goal. The ball was towards Timms. Shout for a handball. And the referee is going to consult with his official. Massive call for the referee to make. He's gone over to the line, to the assistant referee. Massive call early on in this game. This consultation could be crucial. As players from both sides just stand and wait. The referee points to the spot. And Brunswick City have a massive chance from 12 yards to take the lead in this game. The ball adjudged to have struck the arm in the area. And a chance for the visitors to strike first. So Patrick Sartori, the only man standing in between Brunswick City taking the lead. Taking the penalty will be Jesse Macarunas, formerly of Perth Glory, Melbourne Victory and Adelaide United. We know of his calibre, we know of his talent. Can he show it from 12 yards? It's Jesse Macarunas with a massive chance for Brunswick City. Takes the penalty, it sends Sartori the wrong way. And Brunswick City, with their first real attack on goal, have the opening goal of the game. A massive top of the table clash here between Kingston City, Pascoe Vale and Brunswick City rather. And that is the biggest moment of it by far. Macarunas coolly and calmly sent Sartori the wrong way. And first blood to Brunswick City.
Really well taken there by Macarunas. So much composure on the finish. And you could just see there, sure as you like, sending Sartori the wrong way. And, well, maybe a little bit controversial, but at the end of the day, it has been given and it is a goal. And Brunswick City, to be fair, have probably had the better of the attacking third play in this match. And, of course, now, what is the response from the visitors, of course, when you're high like Brunswick City are? It is difficult to try and break through. What kind of fight do they have in them? It's really well played inside. Cuts out towards Foster. Ball down on the edge of the area, but given away again. Now Lockhead tries to get there, but you can just see that intensity is lifted a little bit now after the goal. Out into that right-hand side. Can they look to push here, Brunswick, as we get in towards half-time? But a good challenge again. As we said, interestingly, of course, in the NPL leagues, there is no such thing as VAR, but the assistants play such a big role in assisting the officials in making those decisions. And initially, of course, Lazaros Pantelidis in the centre of the park didn't think it was a spot kick, but after consultation with his assistant, spot kick was given. And interesting to see on a replay just how close it was to his arm when that ball was shot away, of course. And now the ball played into this left-hand side. Good opportunity here now for Brunswick to double their lead. Oliveira cuts in. Good challenge, though, again. Rahimi finds Hatzigeorgiou. Now it's Offley. Does well to keep it. Tallarico. Hatzigeorgiou. Steps inwards and a good switch of play again. And now out on this left-hand side is a chance for Pascoe Vale maybe to attack. But again, just taking a little bit too long. Switch of play out wide to Tallarico. They've had a lot of the ball in this type of area, Pascoe Vale, but they just haven't really been able to break through. Into the middle of the ground again. Lockhead. Played out wide. Yildiz. Lockhead again. Cutting inwards. Tries to find the pass, but given away. And was that a foul? Referee says no as we tick in towards the 45th minute. Is this the chance for Pascoe Vale to get a ball into the area? Tallarico's deep ball in, but Gifkin's easily claiming. And yet again, no punch from Pascoe Vale going forwards.
No, they had the ball in a really good area, but the delivery from the wing was poor. And maybe a chance now for Brunswick City to work the ball forward and double their lead right before half-time. Jesse Macaronis' penalty. The difference between the two sides in what has otherwise been an attritional affair. Not too many chances at either end. But when it was presented to Jesse Macaronis to take the penalty, he took it with aplomb. It's now with Attila Offley. Looks to use a bit of skill to take it past his man, but he couldn't do so. Ball clipped over the top, looking for Foster Bowen. Hennessy gets there. Played short to Rahimi. Comes off Yildiz, who was unable to control the ball. And Brunswick City sends the chance to maybe grab a second here. Biss and Siamis working in tandem. Siamis drives in field, tries to 1-2 with Foster Bowen. But the pass was wayward and hooked clear from Adrian Tallarico. And the momentum strongly now with Brunswick City, who sensed the chance to grab a second goal. There will be 1 minute of added time at the end of the first half. Siamis goes down the line. Looking to battle was Oliveira. But it's now a throw-in to Pascoe Vale. Chested down. Foster Bowen looked to break forward, but couldn't do so. Hatsa Georgiou looks to play it forward. This may well be the final chance of the half. Lockhead. That 1 minute has now been signalled. Rahimi, and the pass forward was telegraphed. And so now a throw for the hosts. Rahimi looking to drive forward down this near side. Offley goes in ball to Iagan. Nice ball over the top. And a chance now for Pascoe Vale to close the half out strongly. It's got to be a foul. And the referee agrees. So a late chance for Pascoe Vale to square the ledger before the break. It'll have to be now or never. Rahimi moves away. And it will be Iagan to whip in what will surely be the last chance of the half. Ball's whipped in. Not a bad delivery. Finds its way to Offley, who scuffs his shot. Now the Pascoe Vale players appealing for a penalty. And this time the appeals fall on deaf ears. And a throw into Pascoe Vale. They've had a penalty decision go against them at the other end. And now they've had one go against them in an attacking sense. Attila Offley looking to work the ball into the middle. It's gone behind for a corner. Will there be enough time to take it? Pascoe Vale ending the half with a flurry. Rolls a reverse as Eigen rolls this one short. He whips it in, and that's poor. As it's offside, and that will be the final act of the first half. A half that has seen one chance taken. Brunswick City haven't really had much going forward, but when they have, they've capitalised on the opportunity. A handball inside the box after the referee consulted with the assistant referee on the far side, and the former A-League talent in Jesse Macarounis stuck away the penalty with Summerblom. It's been a decent first half of football, and at the end of it, the score is Pascoe Vale 0, Brunswick City 1. We'll be back with full second half commentary in just a few moments.
Back here for the second half at CB Smith Reserve. No changes look like they've been made at the break. And again, it is Brunswick City who go into the second period with the advantage. A Jesse Macaronis penalty midway through the first half has given them the lead. And, well, your commentators Brandon Galgano and Ollie Walker-Peel. Ollie, it certainly was an interesting first period. Both sides had their half chances to try and create, but in the end of the day, it was a spot kick which separates them both. And what do you think it has to be for Pascoe Vale now to get back into this one?
They've just got to get their attackers all on the same page. They've had some good chances, but sometimes balls whipped in from either side, haven't been able to find a head in the penalty area. So I think that's something that they'll need to work on. They're getting themselves into good positions, but they've just got to capitalise on them now.
Well, the ball coming out at the back, and now it's Rahimi. Centres across in towards his centre back, and they've had a fair bit of the ball. And of course, Gurgic, formerly of the Melbourne Knights, a very experienced player at NPL1 level. Interesting decision for him to come down to Pascoe Vale, and so far he seems like he's been pretty solid.
Yeah, he's got real experience and he's used it well so far tonight. So yeah, definitely an interesting decision for him to move down a division, but he will looking to be one of the star men in the league this season. Let's see whether he can do it. They keep the ball in the back half. It's now with Rahimi. Really good switch of play from the Afghanistan international. Poor bit of control though from Hennessy as Brunswick City look to move forward. The ball inside was poor. And the ball now finds its way with Darby Dexter.
Well played out of the back there by Dexter. The ball in behind was good, but well intercepted. And Pascoe Vale looked to come forward there through Lockhead, who was quite ingenuitive in that first half. Really looked to create and drive at space. Yildiz his ball in towards the middle. Headed clear. Comes out towards the edge of the area again. Lockhead now. Bit of space to open up. That's a George who's really tried to get positive in midfield and play forwards. He didn't really get too many opportunities to really progress with his passing in that first half. Offley now wide. Can they get the ball into the area through Tallarico? Offley whips it in towards the middle. Well headed clear. Comes out again. Is there a shooting chance here on the edge of the area? But it's well blocked. And out for a corner. A great positive start from Pascoe Vale. And just unlucky with the strike.
Yeah, it was Darby Dexter getting in the way. Really good effort from Naeem Rahimi that definitely would have tested Gifkins in the Brunswick City goal. But good piece of defending. And the hosts have to settle for a corner. It's Eigen who will whip this one in instead of going short. Punched away by the goalkeeper. Hooked back in the middle. And that would have been a high foot. I would assume that's what the free kick's been given for. Well, the referee has his arm in the air, but the linesman didn't flag on the far side. But in any case, it's a Brunswick City ball. David Chick was screaming for a free kick that didn't eventuate. And now Foster Bowen can move forward. Loses possession as Rahimi pokes it forward, and Pascoe Vale can now mount an attack.
Ball played in towards midfield. And Rahimi now brought down in there, and there's going to be another free kick. Of course, as we would have thought, Pascoe Vale, you wonder what David Chick's talk would have been at half-time. Certainly to come out with plenty of aggression and positivity. You could probably argue that they didn't really play with enough aggression going forward. They had a lot of the ball at the back, but they maybe just didn't have enough to penetrate. And that was maybe something which, they'd look to improve in the second half.
You'd think so. Now working the ball forward for Pascoe Vale. It's found its way across to Gurgic. Now with Rahimi. Attila Offley goes forward. The back flick was clever but didn't end up paying off. Rahimi does well to step in and win possession back. Sprays the ball out wide to Yildiz. Looks for the ball inside to Musa Nagic, which was central. And there was no one at the back post to nod it home. The ledger would have surely been squared if there was. But Brunswick City get away with it, and the score remains at 1-0.
Really good ball into the area there, and a great run from Musanagic again, who's just been quite dangerous when given that direct opportunity to get forwards. That time his delivery was just off, but And again, some dangerous early signs from Pascoe Vale. Certainly looking to be progressive early in this second half. As you look at the benches as well, there's just so much quality to potentially come in. You look at their bench for Pascoe Vale, as we said earlier, Joseph Youssef, certainly someone who's experienced and can get you a goal if required. Of course, for Brunswick City as well, the likes of Lissandro Paz as the free kick is given there. And another opportunity now for Brunswick City maybe to get a little bit of a settling hand on this opening exchanges of the second period.
Yeah, of all the fouls that were waved away in the first half, that was a little bit soft, I think, that one. The referee finally blows his whistle, and the first yellow card of the game as well to Adrian Tallarico. Ball now with Foster Bowen. His control wasn't his best. And now the referee gives a free kick the other way. It was Foster Bowen in with a tough challenge on Yildiz. And the referee goes to speak to the frontman for Brunswick City. And it's just a warning.
I just think there again, very physical, looking to get stuck in, but maybe a silly foul. And of course, Pascoe Vale, they really want to just try and get some control here early in this exchange, although that's a shallow pass, and this could be an opportunity, but Satori was quick off his line. Oliveira's onto it, though. Oh, he's done absolutely brilliantly. That is a wonderful goal from Lucas Oliveira. And Brunswick City double their lead. So much class in that. And, well, it's just the start that Pascoe Vale dreaded coming out into this second period. A shallow back pass from Gurgic on his debut. The goalkeeper came and didn't get. But how about the composure from Oliveira to finish?
Yeah, absolute top class from Oliveira. Won the ball and just clipped it over the goalkeeper. And from there, all he had to do was tap the ball home. And after scoring the first two goals in their game to open up the week, to close it, they've conceded the first two Pascoe Vale. And they've got a mountain to climb in order to get back into this one.
Well, again, you just think now, Ollie, where is David Chick going to go in this second period? He's obviously come out wanting them to fight for it, but yet again, they've just started sloppy, and it's just such a bad goal to concede early in the game. You maybe think they've got to try and be a little bit more aggressive now. We said they came out aggressive in that second period, maybe even a few tactical changes going into this second half to try and get them back in the game as the ball's played over the top.
Ball breaks now for Lockhead, who drives forward. The pass was behind Mustafa Nagic, but they keep the ball. Hatsa Georgiou, they're looking for the instant response, and no one gambled in the middle again. Tallarico rolled one square, a tantalising delivery into the middle, but no one was there to gratefully turn the ball goalwards. And the score remains at 2-0, but David Chick must be fuming because they've got themselves into some really good positions, and at the moment the hosts unable to capitalise on them.
I think that, as we said, to start this second half, they started really positively, and that's such a coach killer to concede a goal like that, especially off a mistake. And again, we've already seen them probably get forward 2 or 3 more times than they did for the majority of that first half. But yet again, just no one at the back post for the delivery. As it's played out wide, Gonzalez under some pressure from Tallarico. Given away then again. Long ball over the top. Oliveira couldn't quite get to it. And well, with the class of that finish, can you believe he was playing State 4 last year? He did score against us in that grand final, a really well-taken finish. But yet again, it just goes to show, of course, the Jamie Vardy story back in England. It does show there is a lot of quality in those lower leagues. I can definitely attest to that. But such composure on the finish to make it 2-0.
It was very clever. You wouldn't think that he was playing State League 4 just last season, but he was. And he showed class befitting of an NPL2 match there and then some. As Eigen now has the ball, looks to play it away immediately and can only find a Brunswick City player. It was Gonzalez who stepped in, and now they're working down the left. He's in the middle, Gonzalez, if he can be found. It's hooked away clear, ricochets off Matthew Hennessy, and behind for a corner. Really good play on the far side, and once again, Pascoe Vale able to clear the lines, but only just. And a third goal, you'd sense, would probably kill the game off. Corner now at the far side for Brunswick City. Could well be a crucial one. It's whipped in central to get anything meaningful behind the header. And the score remains at 2-0.
Again, a dangerous delivery into the box, and Brunswick, they're really looking to try and kill this game off, as it looks like that first change is going to be made, and it looks like Joseph Youssef is the man who's going to come on. So a little bit of experience up in that final third certainly required, as Yildiz has just put that out for a throw. Just wonder now who is going to be the man to come off for Youssef. Longest serving player at Pascoe Vale alongside Adrian Tallarico, who's certainly been around for a long period as well with the club. You've got to say, Brunswick have really stayed true to their form at the moment, and that's where they've just been so hard to beat. They have been in some tight contests over the last few weeks, but they've just been so good at seeing out games. It's Gonzalez now, one-on-one with his defender. Can he get this ball in towards the box? Just held up there at that left-hand side of the area, in towards the byline. But well defended again there by Pascoe Vale, and now maybe another opportunity to get forward as the ball's played into Lockhead on the turn. Looks to drive. Now the ball played out wide, and they've got numbers coming forward here. Is this their chance to drive through Mustanagic, but cleared away. And now a chance for Brunswick City to come forward through Bliss.
Bliss drives forward. Had Foster Bone for company and found him. He was looking for the reverse ball back in behind for Bliss, but couldn't find it. And now Pascoe Vale can look to drive. Really good ball in behind for Mr. Donagic, but getting across the cover was Darby Dexter. Hatza Georgiou looking to shoot on goal. It was a curling drive, but well past the upright in the end. And it was a shot well off target that didn't end up testing Jordan Gifkins, but a substitution. The first one of the night for Pascoe Vale. And Joseph Youssef is the man to come on. And he'll be replacing number 11, Mamet Ayagan.
Yeah, really good substitution, you'd say, there for Pascoe Vale. Youssef offers a lot more of a direct goal-scoring threat. He'll go into the centre of that attack. And, well, you can just see there, he's just telling Lockhead to drop in as more of a number 10. So, two up top with Hagan, who, of course, is recovering from an ACL reconstruction only a few years ago and has certainly got himself to a good level so far this season. Just maybe couldn't really impact the game enough tonight, but Youssef back into the side. So the ball over the top there. Now, there's a late challenge, and a free kick has been given, and the yellow card, the second of the game, is issued. And it looks like it's going to go to Mustanagic, who just went in a little bit too aggressive there, but yet again, that ball over the top looking dangerous, just couldn't quite find it on that occasion.
No, they couldn't. The second yellow card of the game, and the second for Pascoe Vale, as Mr. Donagic joins his captain in Adrian Tallarico in the referee's notebook. Gifkins clips forwards. Chasing with interest was Oliveira. As the ball drifts out of play for a throw-in to the home side.
And again, that ball over the top, almost catching out Pascoe Vale. Yildiz gets it into midfield. Lockhead again trying to just drop in and get on the ball. Really well played there at the back as they look to come forward now. But yet again, the pass just off. You just see the frustration starting to build for the home side. Is just doesn't quite click when they're looking to go forwards at the moment. Quality there from Macaronis. Again, couldn't quite keep it. Now for another throw. And you can just hear there the remonstrations there from the visitors. As Yildiz looks to throw. Youssef coming across. First touch of the ball. Cuts inwards well. Now across here to Rahimi. He's got Hennessy to his right. A little bit of space to drive forward into here. Holds onto it and just looks to cut backwards there to Rahimi again. Into the space. Hatza Georgiou. He's got Youssef in front of him. He's got Offley to his right. Offley looks to slip. Comes out again to Rahimi. Really fast feet there, and he's done brilliantly well. Oh, what a great save from Gifkins. Wonderful play from the defensive midfielder. Some real techers there, as you'd like to call it, Ollie, but just couldn't quite get past Gifkins' outstretched left arm.
Yeah, twinkle toes from Naeem Rahimi. Looked like being a goal for the Angels that was just going to creep into that bottom corner. But a stunning save from Gifkins keeps the 2-goal advantage for Brunswick City. Offley does well to win it back. Inside 2. Lockhead. Yusuf breaks into the box. Goes down in the area. And even the biggest Pascoe Vale fans would have been reaching to call that one a penalty. No way, that one was a spot kick. But it is behind for a Pascoe Vale corner. The ball just got caught underneath the feet of Joseph Yusuf as he was bearing down on goal. But they have got a corner now from this near side that they'll look to capitalise from. Whipped in from Offley. It's flicked away. Looking to return it back with interest was Gergic. As it drifts out of play for a Pascoe Vale throw.
Joseph Yusuf there, maybe showing a little bit of rustiness with that ball in behind as they look to make their first change, Brunswick City, and it's Lissandro Paz looking to come on here. And it looks like coming off is Nicolas Gonzalez, who I don't know if he's seen the board just yet, or if he has, he's walking slowly off on that other side. So Gonzalez, he certainly had a bit of impact tonight, Ollie. He didn't really have those opportunities to drive in towards the area. That one shot on goal in the first half, it was certainly ingenuitive. Just didn't quite have enough in that maybe final pattern of play to create a goal-scoring opportunity, but a hard-working performance for sure.
Definitely. Without being able to cash in on the score sheet. The ball's high, and it wasn't able to be claimed from Gifkins, who made that really hard work for himself. Was unable to claim the ball cleanly, and it nearly cost him. My word, would that have been a shocking way to concede. But now a free kick for Pascoe Vale. Probably 25 to 30 yards out. Central, so this one really should test Jordan Gifkins, whose confidence may well have been slightly knocked after that error just moments ago. An error in which he was lucky to escape without conceding from. There is a strong contingent of players conversing here around the ball. There is Rahimi and there is Offley. They lead the charges. Mutadu Nagic is off to the side. Rahimi to take, whips it towards goal, and it skims off the top of the crossbar. The closest Pascoe Vale have come to scoring tonight. Wonderful foot there from Rahimi, who curled that one towards goal. It looked like it was arrowing towards the top corner, but it clips the top of the bar. And that goal is living a charmed life to our left.
Well, a really good opportunity there. Rahimi starting to show his quality, of course, an experienced player, an international footballer, as was mentioned earlier. As now the ball played wide. Pascoe Vale really looking to try and get themselves back into this as the ball's whipped in towards the middle, but the deflection is into the arms of the goalkeeper, Jordan Gifkins, who, as we said there, is maybe been fortunate not to concede on that occasion. The high and long ball forwards. Underneath it was Hennessy. Paz, with his first contribution off the bench, goes down to Foster. Now out wide in towards Biss. Paz steps inwards there. Tries to drive, but given away. And now an opportunity here for Pascoe Vale to come forwards, but given up again. Brunswick, who virtually with one attack in this second half, found themselves get a goal, looking to come forward, but given away sloppy. Real chance here for Offley, but what a fantastic challenge that was at the back. And well, for Pascoe Vale, that could have been the opportunity, Ollie, but they just couldn't quite find that shooting chance there, and it remains 2-0.
Absolutely stunning latch-distance tackle from Ate Ibrahim. Offley was bearing down on goal, and it looked for all the world that he would halve the deficit. But Ibrahim was able to get across and stop him in his tracks. And that is defensive play in microcosm. Got across, sliding challenge. And it forces Pascoe Vale to settle for a corner. Moves to Nagic to whip it in. Headed clear as Rahimi chases that one down with real pace and gets there. He keeps the ball away from Macaronis. Whips it in from the right, and Gifkins, that's much better. Controlled his 6-yard area and was able to claim the ball. And that'll settle his nerves.
Really well claimed there by Gifkins, especially having been a goalkeeper. You don't want to let that mistake earlier stay in your head, and really good to just come out and claim a strong ball in towards the area, and that'll certainly lift his confidence a little bit as Lockhead comes forward. Pascoe Vale, you feel in this moment now where they're trying to get themselves back into it. Yusuf just couldn't quite find the pass. Now given away, and it's a chance for Brunswick City to come forward. There's a man down on this near side. They're going to keep going. Ball played over the top. Foster tried to leave it for some space. Strong challenge there, and it's a foul against Lockhead. And the referee comes across to issue the 3rd yellow for Pascoe Vale. And well, certainly the heat is starting to notch ever so slightly upwards. Just got to say there, well, for Pascoe Vale, it's now or never. You'd think some good half chances coming forward, but that final ball is just lacking at the moment, Ollie.
It is. And I will say there's plenty of people with an affiliation to Pascoe Vale who aren't so happy with that decision. You sense that when those things go against you, it's not going to be your night. And time is of the essence for Pascoe Vale. Still got time to turn it around. Macaronis to stand over it then. 58 league appearances he made across 3 clubs, being the Glory, the Victory, and Adelaide United. Whips that ball in. Headed clear from Pascoe Vale point of view. It's down to Lockhead, who's recently just been booked. Macaronis steps in to win it back. And that ball forward won't help anyone in a Brunswick City shirt. The ball finds its way through to Satori, who will need to start an attack for Pascoe Vale.
Of course, around the grounds as well in NPL1, it's the Melbourne Knights and Dandenong City, still locked at 0-0 at the moment. Of course, 2 sides who are as well desperate in need for points, as that is another free kick and another chance in a dangerous area here. No cards out that time. But is this the opportunity here for Pascoe Vale to get back into the game? Well, Stujanic is standing over this. They've got their tall timber forward in Gurgic and Hennessy. As a substitution looks to be readied as well, but this is the chance maybe. Ball into the area, high over the top, just a little bit too much on it. Yusuf tight, denied there by Gifkins, somehow found himself in a lot more space than initially thought. Foster under pressure. Well won back though by Yildiz, and again a chance to drive inwards, given away. Hennessy, edge of the area now, looking for options ahead of him. Great turn there from Rahimi. He's been excellent in this second half. And now on this left-hand side, it's Mustajanic. And just wide. But well tipped, I think, by the goalkeeper out for a corner. And an opportunity here for Pascoe Vale. They're really pushing.
Yeah, stunning save from Gifkins to turn that one behind for a corner. Good effort from Mustadanagic. But unable to find its way in the net as it's attempted to hook clear. And it's found behind for a corner. Really unsure clearance, tentative, just sliced at the ball. And now from the other side, Pascoe Vale have got a chance to whip one in. Offley. Headed away. Still danger not averted for Brunswick City. Working the angle, the ball back in the middle. Pinballs around the area. And once again, they're appealing for a handball. And once again, the referee waves the opinions away.
Well, imagine that, a second handball in that area, as it looks like there are a few changes about to be made. So it looks like Austin Wong is coming on for Brunswick City, of course. There's a change first being made by Pascoe Vale, and it looks like Yildiz is coming off, and coming on is Jacob Burns. And it is going to be Jacob Burns. Well, picks up there, Ollie. Of course, Austin Wong, the second, coming on here, and Lucas Oliveira comes off, the goal scorer. Really solid performance from him tonight. And Austin Wong, another one with A-League experience in the youth teams of Melbourne City. who comes into this one. And, well, Lucas Oliveira, he certainly has done himself no harm in securing that first 11 spots. And, well, Ollie, you've got to say, coming in with Austin Wong now, a little bit of a defensive move, more of a midfielder-type playmaker as Mustajanik comes forward into the area. Yusuf comes out, and now a chance for Brunswick City to potentially come forward.
That won't happen just yet, though, as Pascoe Vale win the ball back. It's now with Offley. Works the ball out wide to Mustajanik. Can he keep it on? The answer is yes. Look to drill it into the area. And at the front post was Lipschatz, who turned it behind for a corner, but Lucas Oliveira with perhaps the biggest moment of the game so far, grabbing that second goal. Can Pascoe Vale half the deficit here? Good ball towards the back post, but too close to Jordan Gifkins, who claims that one well again. He immediately plays it forward towards Foster Bowen, but it'll elude him, and a throw-in for the hosts.
Yeah, Jordan Gifkins, two really good claims in the last few minutes, and that's, again, for confidence of a goalkeeper, especially, as we said, after the earlier mishap with the ball over the top. He's really restored his confidence and his defenders' confidence in front of him. Ball bounces inwards, and Wong in a bit of a battle with Lockhead, and in the end it's given as a free kick. So Austin Wong, of course, well, looks like he's going to drift in towards an attacking midfield-like position. Lissandro Paz is playing a little bit more central as a number 9. Quickly clipped over the top. Paz, good wide movement, good little flick inwards as well, but just intercepted at that moment. And Satori, who's lived a rather charmed life aside from the goal in this second half, with the clearance. Offley turns, looks forwards. Switch of play. It's a good one. Just couldn't quite find his man, but out for another throw here. Pascoe Vale will look to come forward as the ball's thrown in backwards and they can reset through their central defender.
It's rolled square. Ball finding Gergic. Mustajanik from the left, whips on in. Decent delivery. Hooks clear. Offley chest down. Shoots on goal, and Gifkins gets down well to save. They can't get the ball past him at the moment. However hard they try and knock that door down, it stays on its hinges and it stays bolted. Brunswick City looking to preserve that clean sheet as it's played forward down the line. But the ball was unable to find its target. And it's now back with Satori for Pascoe Vale.
Gets it out wide to Gergic here, who a little bit of time to advance in towards the halfway line. Good ball forward as well. Strong challenge on Mustajanik. And that looks like a little bit of afters as well. Ball played forward to Foster, who's onside there. One-on-one with Gergic. Cuts inwards there onto his left-hand side. He's brought down, and the referee gives a free kick. Brunswick will want to take this quickly, though. There's numbers out wide, but the referee just brings it back. And, well, Nate Foster, he's really good in those positions of being able to drive in at his man and cut inwards. But now, an opportunity in a dangerous area, and this is exactly what Brunswick City will want, a chance to get this ball into the area and really look to seal this game.
He's really impressed me as Foster Bowen for mine tonight. Hasn't been able to get on the ball, but he's made some really good runs, and when he has got on the ball, he's been tricky, been a tricky customer. Looking to work the ball inside, but now a free kick, which Macaronis stands over. Whips one in. Header was a free one, and he did well to get his head behind that. Wasn't in the best of positions. Was Paz, but was able to get a header towards goal. Ball given away to Foster Bowen. Turning was the substituting Paz. He's on the edge of the area. Rolls it short. Shot on goal is blazed over the bar from Biss. Massive opportunity to make it 3-0 and kill the game off. But the former Eastern Lions man just couldn't take it.
Well, for a player of his quality, he'll certainly be looking to put those away. And Lissandro Paz, he's come on and added a really good level of enthusiasm and physicality in that final third. He's always been such a creative player with his movement. Of course, spent a lot of time at Moreland City. And, of course, with Werribee before finding his way to Brunswick. So the ball out wide now with Tallarico and Pascoe Vale. Well, just what do they have to get themselves back into this contest? They've huffed and puffed, but they haven't been able to quite blow the house down at the back. Jordan Gifkins, of course, has been solid in goal for the away side, and with just over 15 minutes to play, I'll be just hoping to try and keep themselves in the ascendancy here. Ball coming inwards. Strong challenge and cleared over the roof of CB Smith reserves stand, and it is going to be out for a throw. And well, Ollie, as we said, it's certainly now looking like do or die for Pascoe Vale. They've used their trump card in Joseph Youssef. They've got one change remaining, but just what do they need, hopefully, to try and break this through as this ball's out wide, and they're looking for that second match ball, but can't quite locate it, it looks like.
As that may well appear to be the only match ball that's been hooked over the grandstand, so as we did at the start of play just before kickoff, we may well rather have a sizable delay. They've decided that the ball is satisfactory. Throw in taken short for Lockhead. A goal here for Pascoe Vale would really set up a grandstand finish. Hatsa-Georgiou plays back. The ball was attempted forward with the outside of the foot, but it was a poor one. And it drifted aimlessly out of players. There's going to be a substitution here. Makarunas looking to drive forward. Poor control as it's played forward now for Pascoe Vale. It's the substitute in Jacob Burns. Looking to drive the ball in field. Loses out and then gives away a free kick. As the chance goes begging. Play already restarted from a Brunswick City point of view. Have the ball back in defence. Now with Ibrahim, who goes back to Gifkins, who will look to mount an attack. Ball forward was chested down by Rahimi. Pascoe Vale working incredulously hard. Played central from Lockhead towards Youssef, but it couldn't find him. And it'll drift out of play for Pascoe Vale. Throw, but they're really working hard to try and grab a goal here.
Yeah, again, that final ball just hasn't quite been there. Of course, this final change looks like it's about to be made, and Dimi Hatzimuratis, another very experienced player in the top divisions of this level, to come on, and will he be the man to try and add that goal to get them back in this contest? As the ball's played out to centre back again, and Biss forwards and given away. To Georgiou, Talarico getting more and more advanced as the desperation measures increase. The ball in towards the area. Headed clear again by Dexter, who's really been one of the best on ground tonight. Rahimi, good pass, just couldn't quite get it under, was Hatsa-Georgiou. And again, the ball out in that wide area. And again, the clearance is blocked, and out for another throw is Brunswick City holding firm again. And for Pascoe Vale, it really is becoming do or die as we enter the final 10 minutes or so in this one. Long throw taken. Flicked onwards there. Paz trying to get his body shape in front of the defender, and really well done to win the foul. And they take it quickly as well, and Foster's in plenty of space here. Is this the game? Over in towards the central area, but again, cleared away well. And now it's a chance for Pascoe Vale to come forwards.
Great bit of defensive work from Musa Nagic. Pascoe Vale need a goal. That goes without saying. Ball in board couldn't work. And Musa Nagic gives away a really soft free kick for Brunswick City. His advantage. Brunswick City have got the free kick. And Dimitri Hatzimuratis is to come on then for the home side. This really is the last roll of the dice. An attacking change sees Matthew Hennessy come off. And this is it for Pascoe Vale. The final change. Can it bear fruits? Foster Bowen receives. And he just strayed offside there. Had Jesse Makarunas. Looked like an intelligent run. But the assistant referee raises flag, and Pascoe Vale can move the other way. Ball over the top. Flicked on by Youssef. Looking for Hatzimuratis. Ball breaks for Hadza Georgiou, and there's a free kick for Pascoe Vale. And this has to amount to something if they're to take anything from this game.
Well, really well done there by Yusuf, and a really good decision by the referee in that occasion. Used his body so well there to turn and force the contact from the defender. And now a free kick in a really dangerous position here. And a few standing over it. Rahimi one and Mustajanagic another. And well, is this the chance to get back into this clash? 25 or so yards out. Rahimi had a sighter early, which was just over the crossbar. Jordan Gifkins just managing his wall and the players in front of the ball. Struck well, just over the bar. And again, Brunswick City hold firm.
It's just been the way that the game's gone for Pascoe Vale, that two of their best chances have been from free kicks. They haven't really had much to shout about in open play, as a change is being readied for Brunswick City. Coming on is Ivan Dodamo, as Makarunas has the ball, sprays it out wide for Foster Bowen, who controls right-hand edge of the penalty area, plays it in board for Makarunas, and it strikes the upright. That would have been the game right there. And Brunswick City coming oh so close to sealing it. Moving back the other way is Hatzimiratis. He's unable to work the ball forward in any positive way for the hosts. Ball now finds Makarunas in a central position, drives on towards goal. It's well blocked from Mustajanagic. Fighting tirelessly to win it back was the former A-League man in Makarunas, who looks to set up another attack. It's with Lipschatz, who goes central to Paz. Makarunas plays the ball short, driving shot on goal, he's just wide of the upright. And that really would have been the game. It was Austin Wong who had the shot on goal, but it just drifted wide of the upright. And Pascoe Vale living on the edge here.
Austin Wong, he's usually so dangerous from that range, and very unfortunate not to find the back of the net. Speared wide only by inches, and Jesse Makarunas as well, as that final change is being made as Upschatz comes off, and coming on is Diadamo. So a little bit of defensive cover coming into that midfield here, as Pascoe Vale just keeping themselves alive in this one. Long ball over the top. The flick on is intercepted. Now it's Foster again. Bit of space to drive into here. He's got options left and right. Wong, some good space out on this left-hand side. Driving in towards the area now. And brought down. Bit soft there in terms of the shout. And again, it's Pascoe Vale who come forward this time. What have they got here? He's got Yusuf in front of him. Offley offering some feet in front of the ball. Now the ball played wide again. Strong challenge there, and the free kick is given. And the yellow card is shown, the first of the game for Brunswick City. And a really good opportunity here now for a ball into the area. And is this the last chance saloon maybe for Pascoe Vale to get back into this game?
Yeah, it's Kobe Timms, the man booked for Brunswick City, and you sense that this has to be converted from a Pascoe Vale point of view. Taking the free kick will be Rahimi, looking to whip this one in and create something for his side. Foster Bowen retreats, and Rahimi has to create something here for his team. Whips one in, and it's way too close to the goalkeeper. And Jordan Gifkins claims with no real trouble. As the referee has a chat to Joseph Yusuf after barging into Gifkins after he successfully claimed the ball. Whether it's just a reprimand or Whether a yellow card will be issued is yet to be seen. It looks like just a warning. And the away side will restart the game with a free kick.
Just 5 minutes of normal time to play here, and John Gifkin's happy to take up as much of that as possible. Thrown out quickly now wide, and Makarunas stepping inwards on the ball, and well, that is an absolutely fantastic switch of play there. Now out on this left-hand side, is there an opportunity here to get into the area? It's delivered across, and well defended in the end there by Pascoe Vale. They had runners coming into the area, Brunswick City, but just unlucky not to find that final delivery. Well, yet again, it's an opportunity wasted, and Brunswick, they're really wanting to kill this game off now. As the ball's out for a corner, there's numbers getting forward into the area. A feeling here that they might just play this short to waste as much time as possible. There's an opportunity here now. Is this the moment to kill the game off? Whipped in towards the middle, but Satori well off his line. And a chance here quickly for Pascoe Vale to counter-attack.
They're looking to break on the far side. As Rahimi sprays it out wide towards Hatsa Georgia, it's well ahead of him. Offley looking to keep this one alive. And he keeps it alive just about. And the referee gives a free kick. It was Timms who drew it. And you can just see David Chick driving his foot through the water bottles there, fuming with that decision. He thought that Offley had won the ball fairly, but the referee disagreed with that viewpoint. And time is of the essence for Pascoe Vale. And time is slowly running dry.
Gifkins looks to go long here. High up and wide. Foster underneath it. Gets it down well, but intercepted. And oh, that's absolute quality from Rahimi. And wins the free kick as well. You've got to say, of all the Pascoe Vale players tonight, he's certainly been the most impressive, especially in this second half. So much quality on the ball as the yellow card is shown to Diadamo. And now, is this the chance for some more time to be wasted? Nate Foster using all of his experience here to disrupt the game. Game management now, something so important. The great teams do this so well, able to just take as much time off the clock as possible and disrupt the flow and momentum of the team chasing the game. Played forwards into midfield. Austin Wong coming across and really strong to win the ball. Keeps it alive as well. Rahimi on the turn. Foster putting him under pressure. Oh, into the referee. That's going to have to be another drop ball here for Pascoe Vale as they look to drive forwards again.
Ball played short. Now Offley looking to create. Whips one in towards the middle. Towards Yusuf, who flicks it on, but Gifkins claims. And he's just looking to take the sting out of this game. Clip forward. And that'll be a Brunswick City throw. Foster Bowen using his experience so well. As he played his part in winning inside a throw. And it'll be easily taken by Satori. Poor throw from a Brunswick City point of view, but they've got Pascoe Vale right where they want them at the moment. Taking it down was Hatzimaratis. Ball works his way in, ball to Rahimi. And the free kick is eventually given. And this is it for Pascoe Vale. They've got to score from here, you'd sense, if they're any chance of taking anything from this game. 25 yards out in central. And this has to be converted.
Well, again, they've certainly got numbers around the ball here, and well, it is now do or die, you feel. Attila Offley and Rahimi both standing over the ball. Both have certainly got a strike in them from this range as Brunswick City set up their final defence. Played short, Offley striking it, oh, really well as well. And that's a great save from John Gifkins. Saw it all the way, but He certainly had a solid performance tonight, the goalkeeper. Real struck effort there with power and venom from Offley. And yet again, we're looking for another match ball, but it just doesn't seem like they've had a chance to break this down tonight. Really well defended by Brunswick City.
We're inside the last minute of the 90, and yet again, Gifkins has played a brilliant game. Another stunning save to thwart a shot that was on target as it's whipped in from the right. And somehow it's not turned home at the back post. It was the substituting Dimitri Hatzimaratis who looked like he would score, but it just sums up Pascoe Vale's night. They haven't had anything go for them. They haven't had the rub of the green whatsoever. And somehow he's not scored. And Pascoe Vale will leave this game empty-handed. Only 3 minutes of added time, which seems a little bit light. But that's how the officials have adjudged it. A throw in for Pascoe Vale, which has given possession away, and as soon as they want it back, possession has been surrendered once more. Satori clipping one forward, and it'll disappear out of play for a Brunswick City throw.
You see the frustration there. Satori, who's again been relatively untested in periods of the second half, just unable to find the pass. And well, you've got to say tonight it's just not been the way of Pascoe Vale. Of course, conceding that really sloppy goal early in the second half, that's something which David Chick will certainly be sitting down and pondering what might have been, because they have been quite positive in this second period, Pascoe Vale, in terms of how they've kept possession and look to keep it in the final third as well, as it's back to Satori. Holds it up and goes high and long forwards. Yusuf gets it down. Slipped inwards, given away. Was that a foul? Referee says yes. And Brunswick City will just look to try and get some seconds off the clock again. A really well fought out performance from the visitors tonight.
Time disappearing for Pascoe Vale. I think they all know, the home side, that the writing's on the wall. A massive chance to keep pace with Brunswick City missed, and they may disappear now into the chasing pack and, you know, amalgamate into the pursuing few behind Brunswick City, who will go 7 points clear with tonight's win. Crucial result for them as they cement their place as the top side in NPL2 Victoria at the moment. One down as Offley calls for the switch. Goes short to Yusuf, who can't control as the ball goes forward to Foster Bowen. Looking for the ball in behind, and it was well defended. As Pascoe Vale looking to move the other way and grab what would surely only be a consolation. Offley receives the ball back, has space to shoot and does so, and it nearly creeps into the bottom corner. But once again it goes wide. And I don't think Pascoe Vale are going to find a way past Jordan Gifkins tonight. He's been inspired in between the sticks. But that one drifts just past the post. And Pascoe Vale, in front of their home fans, won't be able to take anything from this game. Good work from Offley to find the shooting chance, but it's just wide.
Yeah, again, just hasn't been quite their night in front of goal, and Offley's had a few really good siders at it so far, but that is the full-time whistle, and Brunswick City move themselves 7 points clear at the top of the table in NPL2 Victoria. A fantastic performance from them tonight. Goals from Jesse Macarunas from the penalty spot, and of course Lucas Oliveira in the second half, enough for them to get a result. And Ollie, it was certainly one of those nights tonight where Pascoe Vale, they had a lot of the ball in that second period, but when you concede sloppy goals at the back and you can't put your chances away, it's always going to be a little bit more difficult to create those opportunities to get back in the game against a side like Brunswick, who are just in such great form at the moment.
Look, they are, and Pascoe Vale will be disappointed that they haven't been able to create too much tonight by way of goal-scoring opportunities, but mention to Jordan Gifkins, credits throughout his shoes. He's had an incredible game in between the sticks for Brunswick City. And at the end of the day, they'll take all 3 points and move 7 points clear, so that's where every side in this division wants to be. And they show no signs of surrendering that lead at the top of the table.
Well, again, you just think who in the chasing pack can really catch them. Of course, Kingston City playing tomorrow. As we said, it's so tight between 2nd and 7th on the table at the moment. There really is opportunity for advancement, but certainly early in the season you want to make your running, and that's certainly where you want to be trying to get yourselves as clear as possible. But good call tonight, Ollie. Certainly your first time together as well on the NPL Victoria broadcast. It's been a pleasure, and we'll sign off with you, mate. A really good performance from you tonight as well. And hopefully we can see some more performances in NPL2 of the like. It's been great to cover some of these games. And Brunswick City certainly setting the tone at the moment.
Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. It's been a professional performance from Brunswick City, who have outlasted Pascoe Vale, a short trip, and they'll be the happiest leaving it. We'll also be leaving you here tonight. Thanks for joining myself, Oliver Walker-Peel, and Brendan Galgano tonight for this NPL2 Victoria clash, and we'll be back with you for some more NPL Victoria football very soon. Bye for now.